It's a fine evening in the United States, and another fine evening to do another shoutcast. And this time it is another game on Defending the Homeland, which is currently my favorite 3 vs 3 map. I may have said that in the last Defending the Homeland video I made. And this is a game between myself, Desta, Toe against Cochise, Romic, and I think Bobby is the other player. And I'm going to try to start a little cliche here. We all have our bad games, and I'm going to start referring to them as our duck games, where we play like ducks. And as if it was a self-premonition, my name in this matchup is Play Like a Duck. So we'll see how my duck performance goes in a classic fail of Knights and Merchants, and you'll see that soon. You can already see that I'm going double school, and I can't really remember how this game went. I remember it being kind of funny, slightly aggravating, but again, yeah, we'll see how this game turns out. Double school, very strange to go for that, even especially with so low starting stones. I don't recommend it. Don't know what I was thinking. Okay, other players. This is Toe playing on location 3. The only player I've ever seen do well on this location. But Toe can really come out and do something very impressive on any map that he made, because he tests all of these single player many times before releasing them, which is probably why many of his maps are really high quality, because of all that work he puts into them. Anyway, we'll see how he does. Quick planting woodcutter here. He won't have a whole lot of room to plant, but it does enable him to get the sawmill up very quickly, and this guy over here will be cutting just around the time that the sawmill goes up, so I like the plan. I like what he's doing here. Desta playing on location 2. Nice location. The stone is very nicely centralized, so you make your stonemasons along, even maybe putting one over here. Nice central stone for your base. Good cutting area here, farmland right in the middle of your base. I like having my farms and my stonemasons and farms, yeah, are in the center of your base. You notice location 3, we'll speed it up, I don't know why it's on ×3 speed. You notice location 3 in Back in the Desert has stone and farmland in the center of the base, and that might be one reason, or so is my theory, that that location is so productive and why you can do so well there in any game, just because your resources are just perfectly central, perfectly located, you know. Coal, easy to access, but away from the center of your base, but kind of in there, you know, stone in the center, farmland in the center, so it seems to have everything that, or excuse me, everything about that location I kind of consider to be ideal, because anyone plays that location and does well. Sato has played there, did really well. I played with Thunder there a while ago, and he also had a very nice game. And of course we all know Bloodmaster plays like a monster on that low. But anyway, central stone, coal, out of the way, but close to iron, and your additional gold down here. Of course, you'll go for the gold over here first. Some players opting to put 2 gold mines here, or putting 1 gold mine here and another gold mine here and split the gold. I'm not sure how I feel about splitting gold, but as I feel like it causes more problems than it helps, but nevertheless. And this is Romic playing on what is probably, without doubt, probably without doubt. Yes, okay, I said that correctly. Probably without doubt, the best location on the map. Gold is just ridiculously close. Trees, very close. Stone, not central, but not out of the way. Iron being very close. This coal is a little out of the way. If it wasn't for this gold mountain here, this location would just be too good. I mean, it would be crazy, but this mountain here actually is just in the way. You have to walk around this mountain, and that's probably the only problem on the location. Other than that, it's very solid. And again, we are playing left versus right, so no towers beneath him here. Okay, and this is Bobby playing on my favorite location on the map. In fact, maybe my favorite location of all locations. I love this location just because gold is really close, iron is close, stone is close, and it's super compact. I mean, you can have your whole base right around here with a little bit of weapon production here. Extend for trees down this direction. I think it's nice to take these trees before these in the north. Sorry if I'm moving the camera a lot and it's causing problems with quality. I'm trying not to do that so much. And I'm going to apologize real quick. My brother walked in, so I might have some distractions and you might hear some background noise. As I was saying, if you want to take these trees down here, it might be a good idea to ask your teammate down here, just because they are very close to his base, so he might be planning to take them. So keep in mind, anytime you're taking resources that are kind of close to your ally, just make sure that you guys have that sorted out, because even if they clearly, unambiguously belong to you, he might still be planning to take them, and you don't want to screw up his plans or see that he's taking them and then screw up your plans. Anyway, Bobby going 4 farms, and that looks like a stable build, but I think he just made an extra farm. You don't need 4 farms for 2 swine farms, but it seems like, yeah, he's going 2 swine farms. 3 will work just as fine. Maybe he's planning on making a quick mill. Probably not, though. I think he's still going to go for a stable, but we'll see. Again, you know, especially because this swine farm's pretty late for these farms coming up. It's really just wasted corn. There's the stable. Okay, there we go. He'll build a 5th farm soon and then go for the stable after that 5th farm goes up. Maybe wait for it to start growing a little bit. I'm a really big fan of this 5 farm setup. 2 swine farms and a stable. It works really well for a short while. You have to make sure you have either some wine being produced early or good fish, otherwise you will starve if you're not getting your 3rd swine farm up quickly. And this is Cochise playing with his usual gold color on probably the worst location on the map. I don't know, hard to say. This mountain here, kind of in the way. Stone, centralized, but these trees are awkward to access, and I don't know, I've never seen really great performances on this location, and I played here once and it was another duck game from me. Couldn't tell you many reasons why. This mountain here, kind of in the way of your building, and you can see some kind of awkward road network here by Cochise, which he could fix. Oh no, he can't. Alright, bad tile from Toe. I think that should be fixed actually, because that's a bad tile. But either way, his weapon production is coming up at 30 minutes, and I think a good goal to strive for is on almost all locations, try to get iron, armor, or weapons being produced at 30 minutes. In this case, he's going to start making them shortly after, but that's a good thing, a good goal to strive for. Obviously, if you can get around 27 minutes, that's really good. But he does have 5 farms already, and 1 second swine farm just now starting up, so actually a little slow, and again, maybe that's because of the location, like I was mentioning earlier. A little slow iron and slow swine farms coming up. In addition, oh, still no stable from him, so, and I think Romic is still no stable from Romic either. But of course, yeah, his weapon production, iron weapon production is looking quite nice. And double school from Romic already. Interesting. I wonder if that was an accident, because he does have it blocked. So I wonder if he accidentally made a 2nd school. Looking at this metallurgist up here, it does look a little out of place, so maybe he was just desperately trying to find a location for it. I think that might be what happened, is just made a 3rd school by mistake. It's very easy to do. The buildings are related in a sense, and they're both gold related. You put a schoolhouse down to block, keep the place set aside for a metallurgist later on, and just forget that that's a school, not a metallurgist. Easy to do. I do it with quarries a lot on coal. I've made a couple of stone mines on stonemasons on the coal, and that's obviously an embarrassing and unfortunate thing to happen. But we'll go down to excuse me, it's my phone. Okay, sorry, my phone went off there. But here we go, we'll go to my duck location, and it's, I waited long enough. It doesn't look so terrible, but I did run out of wood, if I remember correctly. And I Ah, not doing too bad actually, just from looking at it, but you see my weapon production just getting started. We'll compare it actually to, well actually, I think I'm the first one with the barracks. Oh, no, Romic. So you can see it's a little behind. No stable from me as well. I don't know. Maybe my game wasn't as bad as I remember it to be. I don't know. We'll see towards the end. But I remember just being so frustrated with this game. Just nothing was working. I remember maybe I was able to catch back up with those double schools, but what a shame. I should have been paying more attention to my base. I thought for sure I'd just be able to guide you through on how it went, because I just remember playing just so bad. I think actually this is one of the games where I got up, walked away, and came back because I was so upset. Had to cool down a little bit. I'm sure that happened, and you can see this farm down here actually isn't doing anything, so I don't know. We'll see. And am I really going for a third school? I don't know. Interesting. Why would I be doing that? Well, nevertheless. Looks like I will not have... Oh, I think maybe I was just holding it for armor. Yeah, there you go. I was just holding a spot so the woodcutter wouldn't plant any trees there for the armory workshop. Okay, that makes sense. And... let's see, 4 sawmills, so I have plenty of timber. And a weapons workshop already. I guess it's time to be making them, so never mind. Nothing special there. I do go for militia in this game, though, so we'll see how that turns out. 3 fishers? Yeah, 3 fishers. There's some fish up in this pond here, that's why that guy's there. And these are 2 separate lakes. Though technically, obviously, it's implied to be the same lake, but these, of course, are separated by this little this strait right here, if you will. So placing your fishermen right here is nice, because then they're able to operate on both sides of the lake. And here we see some resource competition between allies. There's I think only 20 fish here together. Well, there's maybe 40. I think both these parts of the river here have 20 fish in them. So 2 fishers working together on 40 fish, that's okay. Romic recently told me that he was told by Pizza, so this is third-hand information now, that a fisherman will catch 1 fish per minute on average. So, you know, he's working, he grabs 2 fish at a time, and it takes him long enough time. It also depends on walking distance, of course. I see some bad tiles here, that's why I'm distracted. Anyway, but fisherman will catch 1 fish per minute, so if there's 60 fish in the lake, he'll take 60 minutes to gather those fish. Something to keep in mind when you're playing the game and planning out how many fish you will need and when to make your fishermen. Personally, I like to make my fishermen around 30 minutes, unless I'm going maybe double stable or my food is late. But 30 minutes I feel like is a nice time to start gathering fish. Especially if you have a large amount, like 60 or so. If you have about 40, then it can be a little later. Okay, we'll run around and check the barracks. You see Cochise does have nice army. Nothing, well, there's still 5 minutes to go, so we'll probably swing back around. Bobby, not handling this location too well. Looks like he's only going to have about 15 swords at peacetime, but his leather is competent. And it looks like he'll have a nice late game base with this really compact location, so he'll be producing much faster. Five sawmills. Looks like he's lacking serfs, actually. I don't know, something's going on here, because you can see these farms are quite full, and yet he small compact location, 82 serfs. I'm surprised that that is the case. Anyway, here we go again. Cochise location, quite a few swords, nice leather, and some axe fighters too. So very good game from him as always. Bobby, not his best. He's a good player. Not the best in the world, but he's good. Having Romic and Cochise on the same team, of course, you need to put some kind of a weak link on your team, because here we are, Romic going 30 swords, and I was going to say 40 bows, but I see there's only 28 in here, and 40 leather, but there are some lances to complement. And of course the knights are there as well. Desta. Is this Desta or Raketa? Oh shoot! I thought we were playing with Desta. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Desta. I'm so sorry, Mulberry. That was the last shoutcast, I think, where Desta was playing with the same color on the same location, so I'm sure you guys can forgive me, but this is Mulberry playing location 2. I'm glad I checked. I'm sure you guys noticed earlier than I did when I was clicking through and I showed this. But nevertheless, Mulberry doing quite nice. Little extra iron weapons. You see he has 11 pike and 30 swords, so actually a really high amount of weapons, but just lacking a little bit on the armor side. Still a very good performance from him. Toe did not do as well as I've seen him do here before. Really lacking on the leather. And then my army, I love it, militia. And almost 30 swords. So take what you will. It's not as big a duck game as I guess it could have been. I love militia, even though I know I realize that they're complete crap, but I really like having those large numbers, and of course it makes your units' training stats look impressive in the army graph. All right. And we're going to have our first casualties. That's what happens when you don't pay attention right after peacetime. You're going to lose your Night Scouts. Night Scout being a kind of an ironic term. Your knights who are doing the scouting job. We'll see the exploration, both sides having somewhat equal percentage of the map explored. We are missing this crucial area right here because I don't have any knights, and that's probably why. And whereas they, on the other hand, have nice exploration over here. Funny, if he would just realize that my army's up here, it would be worth risking, in my opinion, to empty this tower. It's pretty easy to do a micro with your knight to advance forward and then step back quick enough where a tower will completely waste its stones on attacking you. But it would be interesting to see if Cochise would do a night ambush through here, kill a bunch of serfs, run around. He could totally destroy my entire economy by the time my army would get down, but it's a lot of risk losing all your knights for just to temporarily knock out a player's economy. And of course, with good exploration, you would know if that was a possibility, which is one reason why scouting is so important, and anti-scout can be so lethal as well. And here we are. This is clearly a battle I'm going to lose, though the ranged are in really nice position. Thanks to Toe, all the ranged don'ts are killed to knights. Anytime you're engaging in a battle, it's wise to put lots of soldiers on the horses, because if the horses get uncaught during a battle, it can be very lethal. And this is exactly what we're seeing from Toe here. And holy crap, I wish I was watching this down here, because this battle went very well for us. Whereas on the top, Muli is suffering heavy losses. His horses, all horses going back to the top. If only Bobby had sent his soldiers up here instead of well, blocking us off was a good move, but maybe it could have turned out a bit better had he not let or helped against Muli's knights, or not let him get through, as Muli was able to win that battle. Storm attack never works, because all you're doing is putting your melee out past the assistance of your ranged, and now they're just getting vaporized by archers on all corners. Sure, you killed 4 archers and a couple of melee, but it's never a good move in these kind of situations. And here again, Toe is trying to stop Cochise from coming, but because of his superior numbers, Cochise does have to turn back anyway. But he's trying to protect his the flank here, but he just charges past his range. Again, though, it all worked out in the end. Maybe actually he was trying to catch Cochise. That could have been it too. So forgive me. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm doing a shoutcast. That's just a wonderful combination, huh? You see these axes still going unused. And then that's when I go for the third school and third metallurgist, because I realized that if you have more weapons than you can, soldiers you can make, there's, your recruits will never really catch up, so going for an extra gold smelter or a market to trade away some of those weapons for gold chests is a very smart move. Something to keep in mind is that 2 schools will produce recruits, or use gold faster than 2 metallurgists can produce it. And especially since metallurgists need to take time to eat, and schools, if properly supplied, never take break. It's wise to consider either doing some trades that can keep recruit production going, or build a 3rd metallurgist, with the latter being, of course, more superior, but not always possible. Anyway, we'll speed it back up as the armies are being reinforced and taking positions again. Again, I see lots of storm attacks this game. It's funny, and they're working better than I thought they would. This is actually a nice position, but Muli is able to handle himself in these 2 versus 1 situations. I was going to say he is, but actually looks like he really did get caught out of hand here. but moving his range back into the safety of his allies and able to finish the battle with minimal losses. Romic doing a very smart thing, dividing his lance carriers up so they don't get caught. Able to defend the ranged without getting caught, without getting them all caught on one group of horses, but Toe winning in the bottom, able to back up and kill the range from behind anyway. Never nice getting your melee caught without range support. Interesting area here. You push aggressive and it's really hard to move back just because these cliffs are so weird. And yet we see yet another battle right here as the armies can't go back any further. And with this battle going in our favor and some knights still alive, Lily doing a smart thing, bringing his knight around behind. And he's able to get a few extra kills here. Alright, speed it back up, as again the armies are being reinforced and taking position. Of course, the nicest thing militia can do is storm towers, right? Especially when half of them are on holiday. Terrible catch for Cochise. Actually, I remember this catch. I remember feeling the same emotions I'm feeling now. It looked like such a good catch, but militia, they die so fast that his knights, even though they were caught in the most awkward of positions in such a stupid roundabout, this mountain here, knights able to get out of there without losing too many. I think those 20-some militia were lost on killing 2 knights or so. It's just embarrassing. My kill death ratio will be just abysmal in this game. Pikes on scouts. Wow, that was very brave by Mully. Perhaps a little foolhardy as he loses all of his knights to kill some lance carriers. Makes no sense. No sense at all. Doesn't even know that there are no towers here, so maybe he just suspected it. You know, if he could kill those lance carriers, he could sweep in the Romic base. One militia lives and is able to push these range back further. And with Cochise and Bobby out of the game, Romic seems to have lost his battle up here as well. The game was called, and we'll see some interesting statistics here. Woohoo! Ben by far producing the most soldiers, and we have some possibility of why that may be. Toe doing a good job cleaning up ranged units. Who got all the kills on my militia? I guess, yeah, Kochi, since he was so close to me. Nice kill death ratio by him. Would be a nice game to put into the stats. Alright, interesting game. Really fun one, seeing this kind of stuff. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.